How it goes, the family? Welcome back to Larry's Anything Goes. Hopefully, you guys having a great and exceptional day. It's Friday. 2 more days, and Christmas will be here. One more day, Christmas Eve is here, so it's all good in the neighborhood. Today's word of the day is offensive. Stands for disagreeable to the senses, causing anger, resentment, or affront, making an attack. Now, I chose this word today because when you're dealing with an open enemy, or if you're dealing with a closed enemy, an open enemy is somebody who's blatantly let you know that they don't like you, that they're willing to harm you or kill you. When you're dealing with a closed enemy, you're dealing with one who smiles in your face and will shoot you in your back. That is the difference between dealing with an open enemy and a closed enemy. And the thing is, when you're dealing with any sort of enemy, you don't need to go all out of your way to show how offended you are when they say something about you, when they disrespect you or they disrespect your culture. I think that's one thing that people do too much of, because the thing is, the way to maneuver through any situation in life, especially when you're dealing with any sort of warfare, and regardless of the situation, regardless of what country you're living in, you're either dealing with physical warfare or you're dealing with mental warfare. Meaning, if you're trying to if you own a business and you're trying to attain a multitude of customers, you are dealing with mental warfare because you're in the sales business. If you are working a job, you are dealing with mental warfare because you're in competition with various people, whether you want to be or not, because most people, when they're at a job, they're not trying to, the smart ones at least, are not trying to remain stagnated and mundane, like they're just a regular factory worker. Nothing against factory workers, because there are a bunch of people who work in factories and did work in factories who would step their game up. But I'm just talking about the general person who just wanted to sit on the assembly line and do the same old thing day in, day out for 20 to 30 years. There's plenty of people who worked in factories, members of my family, who actually did a great job of getting skilled trades, instead of just helping build cars, like when they used to do it a lot in Detroit, they became mechanics. They became electricians. They became engineers. So it falls in the category of stepping your game up. Okay, so that's why I say don't get offended in regards to me. I'm just using the regular assembly line factory worker who that's all they did, and they never stepped their game up outside of that specific situation, specific job field, and because it was the comfort zone. And I always say this: a comfort zone is a death sentence. So if you're not willing to step your game up in this life, don't complain about the cost of living. Don't complain about the things changing and evolving around you, but you decided to remain stagnated and stay the same, because as Tupac says, you evolve, you disappear. Period. We grow, we all grow. We evolve, you disappear. All right. But if you're letting your open or closed enemy know that you're offended or whatnot, then you basically giving them the mental power to manipulate you and eat you up inside, eat you up from the outside, to where you could lose your cool, and then you can put yourself in a position where you could either get hurt, you can be, or you could be arrested. So the rules of engagement in life for me is, don't always let the enemy know how you feel about a situation. But like, usually if I can't stand somebody, I don't do a lot of yelling and cussing. I just cut them off. All right, it gets just like that. I was like, and I'll say, hey, have a nice life. Vaya con Dios, go with God, as they say in Spanish, or tengo una buena vida, have a nice life. So those are the things that I do when I'm dealing with an open or closed enemy, because regardless of what type of situation you're in, whether you own a business, whether you're in a relationship, sometimes, because they call it a relationship, meaning that you need to break off from the person because they go from your lover to your enemy, or if you're working a regular job or whatnot, I don't care how cool you are with people. You remember that people, your boss, your coworker can flip the switch on you in a New York minute, and it's a cynical way to be, but it's a realistic way to be, because people are people. No matter where you go, no matter what your race is, no matter what country you live in, people are going to be people, and people can always have an open, deceptive mindset in the way that they do things, and it's why you always have to keep your guard up, or as they say down south, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. All right, today's quote of the day is bye. And of course, I just had it, and of course, my computer wants to act a fool because I just got home. All right. I just had it. Anyways, all right. I'll use this one. You realize, by Jay-Z. You realize one day it's not about you, it's about the perceptions people had long before you even walked into the scene. The joke's on them, because they are really just fighting phantoms of their own creation. I could not agree with that statement more, because given the fact that whenever I walk into the room, one of my friends, and I saw him recently out in Phoenix, Arizona, Radu, he says, every room you walk in, you act like you own the place. I was like, I don't act like I own the place. I don't think I own the place. I just walk in the room like, hey, I got to do You never know that I could be walking into the lion's den. And you always got to keep your eyes and ears and open. Be very vigilant in regards to the situation that you're in. I don't care if you know the people, or you don't know the people. You never know when somebody might act a fool on you. Another thing is this whole caring about what people think nonsense. That's high school. That's passe. And even in high school, I had to get over that nonsense. And I was always a happier person when I was just me at the end of the day. So on that note, have a great weekend. This will be the last word of the day before Christmas. So hopefully you have a great, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that good stuff. And as I always say, do the great 3 things. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. Make money move so you don't live, bro, like a fool. Take care.